some DK action and Ryan Hardy.
Wow.
The crowd is loving it down there. Both of those guys drop nears. Whew. I'd love to sit in that channel right now and take a first hand look at what's going on out there. But take a look. This is your official results for the last heat.
So we have Dave Winchester taking that one out. Dave Hubbard coming second, Ryan Hardy in third, and Roberto Bruno in fourth. But fortunately, Ryan Hardy and Roberto Bruno, we'll see them in round 5 anyway. So, and yeah, Dave Winchester and Dave Hubbard will be seated into round 6.
Oliver Gamble posting a shout out on our Google Plus profile page. That's what we're using to convey to our viewers watching live. And he says this is a perfect start to the weekend. And yes, it's going to be more of an amazing weekend as we continue the action from the Stealth Arica Chilean Challenge here on Isla Alacran, the Scorpion Island just outside of Arica. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the last heat of the day. We have Jake Stone in red, Mike Stewart in white, Andrew Lester in yellow, Ben Player in blue. Holy mackerel, look at this.
This looks like a final.
This is easily a final. 3 Aussies and the lone soldier, the Hawaiian, Mike Stewart, out there facing off in heat number 4 in this non-elimination round. Woo! All right, if we've seen some serious action up to this point right now. Woo.
Today has been insane. I can't wait to see round 5 and round 6, if not the rest of the whole event.
No, I mean, the start of the main event, I mean, that's when you see all the big guns come out. And to see these guys out in these conditions is just a sight to see. We got to give a shout out to Mother Nature, who's been holding off on the wins up until this point. And it still looks unreal out there. Perfect pumping conditions. El Gringo, also known as Flopos to the locals, in honor of one of their own who unfortunately passed away in a car accident about 10 years ago, have named El Gringo in his honor as Flopos. So if you want the inside scoops, if you come here as a bodyboarder, you show up in Arica, and if you say, where's Flopos, they will probably take you in their car straight here because you know and respect this wave proper. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is the Stealth Arica Chilean Challenge presented by BSC Manny V and Eric Roy, holding it down for the last heat. 30-minute heat out in the water. Mike Stewart will be in the white jersey. Look at these sets out the back. Oh, my.
Wow.
You turn your head for a second, you blink for a second, and all of a sudden, the biggest sets of the day are coming in. Holy moly. It is massive out there. That wave just rolling in, just pretty much closing out the entire reef here. Nobody was in position for that one.
Yeah, broke a little too wide for that one,
Everybody was just out of position for that one. Unreal. And this is what we talked about. The fans here in Arica are amazing. The riders can't even get to Winnie. He knows he has to get up here for the interview, and he'll go back and sign those autographs. But he has to get up here because we are on a time constraint here for the Arica Chilean Challenge. And Alex Leon actually had to go down there and whisk him away from some fans.
Oh.
So we're going to get down to Alex Leon in just a second as they set up for the interview. Dave Winchester is the winner of the last heat.
So we still have yet anyone to have any waves. So yeah, we've got we've got Ben Player in the blue jersey from Australia, Andrew Lester in the yellow jersey from Australia, Mike Stewart in the white jersey from Hawaii, and Jake Stone from Australia in the red. Just over 25 minutes remaining on that heat. And, still yet anyone to catch a wave.
Whew. It did this last heat. We started off kind of slow.
Yeah.
1 or 2 medium-sized waves to start it off, and then the action got underway with back-to-back action, left and right, big waves, small waves. Everything was going down. So it was insane in the last heat. All right, the winner of the last heat is with Alex Leon. Where you at, brother?
Yeah, thanks, Manny. Down here with that heat winner then. That was a great exchange. Dave Winchester taking that one out, mate. You didn't need to wear sunscreen then. You're in that barrel for that long. I think you're in there for 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, the first 20 minutes I was nowhere near the barrel, so I decided to stay in there as long as I could in that last one. Yeah, pretty amped on that. It's good to come from behind.
Yeah, you certainly made up for it with that tube. That was the highest scoring wave today, more than Hub's right-hander that he scored in that heat before with that big RS. So he must be pretty stoked.
Yeah, that heat was pretty slow, and there was a bogged a flip on the left, and I was pretty spewing. But you just got to put that behind you, and I hope my wife and kids saw that one. They should be back from school, so I'm pumped.
And they're living over in France now. That's where you've moved to recently, so they'd be watching online. What do you want to say? Shout out to them.
Yeah, just hope you saw that one. That one's for you, baby.
All right, well, you move into the man-on-man quarterfinals now, and just give them a rundown. How's the conditions there? It looks like it's pumping now.
Oh, when they come through, before it goes to the onshore, it gets really light here and it's so glassy. So when they come through, I mean, the rights and lefts are just amazing. It's the best wave on tour, I reckon.
Well, there you have it, folks. Best wave on tour, Arica. Back to you, Manny, in the booth.
He is, yeah. So out in the water now, there's not much action happening at the moment, but yeah, still without anyone to even get a wave. So we've just got Jake Stone in the red, Mike Stewart in the white, Andrew Lester in the yellow, and Ben Player in the blue.
All right, so Dave Winchester has been rocking and rolling.
Yeah, so yeah, he won his previous heat as well. So he's just, oh, here we go. Ben Player out the back on this right. Looks like he's drawing that line towards that end of that bowl. And boom, big air forward.
Wow, he almost lost that way, but he kicked in to make sure he did.
So here we have
Jake
Stone stalling into that one. Wow, and just comes out of that cleanly and does a nice little carve there. Decides to finish that one off.
Yeah, when they come in, and that right there was the first wave exchange from Ben Player and Jake Stone, the first two guys to catch waves in this heat. Woo! Again.
Sick waves, yeah. Here we have a replay of Ben Player's waves. So as you can see, yeah, that right just starts to crumble a bit over the top, so you can just see him racing for that end bowl. And yeah, just executes that air forward nicely and just lands on the top there, a bit of a bounce.
Almost loses it right there.
Yeah.
But he had so much momentum that he just had to push down on his board to get him back on
the
power zone of the wave and pulls that off. Whew. Here's another look at Jake Stone.
Yeah, so as you can see, he's just sliding into this one. And yeah, just almost does a little half turn there, just decides to stall. And yeah, that one just spits him out there and comes out nicely and just throws in a little carve there.
I'm going to lock that in the memory banks and actually quote Winnie on that.
Yeah.
Best wave on the tour.
Wow.
That's heavy.
Yeah, he really knows how to surf this wave. It's incredible to watch him out here. You know, with like, no matter what the conditions, he's just always tearing. Here we go. Looks like we have white up and riding. Mike Stewart.
No, that's yellow.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
Andrew Lester backdoors that pit there and just gets a nice barrel and does it. Oh.
Oh, no. Becomes unglued on that one. Andrew Lester.
Yeah, my bad. Andrew Lester, sorry.
Woo. Oh, nice little stretch right there. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the Stealth Arica Chilean Challenge. Manny V here with Eric Roy holding it down. This is the last heat of the day. It is a 30-minute heat. It is a non-elimination round, which means you will see these riders again. Here's another look at Andrew Lester.
Andrew Lester backdooring through that section there, just getting a nice barrel and decides to come out with a backflip there. Just doesn't stick it, though.
So I'm thinking Winnie, when he says the best wave on tour,
yeah.
I think it's all the elements. You got to peak left and right.
That's right.
You got great conditions all morning long.
Yep.
And it's consistent where you can run, you can run, you can bypass a day where it's 2 to 3 feet, even though it's perfect, because the next day is going to be 4 to 6.
Like yesterday, for example,
Exactly.
Because it was still good. It was still pumping.
It was pumping.
Yeah.
But I think that's where Winnie is getting everything to say this is the best wave on the tour.
Yeah, he's definitely got a point there. He always seems to do so well out here too. So,
wow, Jake Stone's wave coming in at a 6.17. Ben Player also with the same scoring first wave, 6.17. Andrew Lester, 4.33. Mike Stewart still waiting for that first wave.
Just over 19 minutes left on the clock too.
Lucky for us, the winds are still holding back for this last wave here on the Isla Alacran, Scorpion Island. Such a cool name.
Yeah, I like it.
Look at that, still glassy, still pumping. And we go back to 2004 with Ryan Hardy taking the first Arica Chilean Challenge, and he was face-to-face with Hubbard in that final in some massive 15-foot waves where only the right was being handled by these riders, and it was Ryan Hardy. Then in 2005 and 2006, it was back-to-back wins for Jeff Hubbard. In 2007, Ben Player came out charging against Hugo Piñeiro. In 2008, it was Guilherme Tamega winning here at the Arica Chilean Challenge. Mike Stewart in 2009, 2010, Dave Winchester, and Guilherme Tamega once again taking the win last year. Here we go, out the back, live action.
Out the back. Ben Player scooping into this left. Whoa!
Oh, way too deep.
Just gets down to the bottom of that, Just
way
swallowed
too
him
deep.
up,
Look at Mike Stewart just paddling to the shoulder over here to make sure he's in position for this keg of a barrel. Oh, nice, clean barrel. And another roll right there for Mike Stewart, and lands out onto the shoulder. Woo!
That was a good first wave.
Another perfect wave for Mike Stewart in today's action. So Mike Stewart out there in white, Andrew Lester in yellow, Ben Player in blue, Jake Stone in red. Oh, my.
Here we have a replay from Stewart's wave, so you can just see him just stalling into this one. It gets nice and deep. Wow, he just holds his line there and just looks straight for that end ball and does a nice roll out of that. Here we go, he's looking for another one. Boom. Just lands that nicely in the wash. Decides to finish it off there.
I got to give huge props to the living legend himself, Mike Stewart. I mean, he's been absolutely killing it on the tour. Last year, unfortunately, he got knocked out of the seated riders, but he is here making his force known. And he's here to say, hey, I'm still in it, boys. So a big shout out from Moscow, Russia. Lee Orchard is tuned in for another day of action. He's been watching all day long, and thank you for tuning in. Carl, we know you were watching 11:30 p.m. in Western Australia, so it's still early for you. Manu in Portugal, what up? Joao, also from Portugal. And Sam Jones, what's up? He's watching with his brother Ben, and they've been watching from the trials.
Wow,
so,
thanks, guys.
Sam Jones and everybody who's been tuning in from the trials, thank you. And you know what? We can't do it without you, and we couldn't do it without these people, too. We'll be right back. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, for the Stealth Arica Chilean Challenge presented by BSC. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the fourth and final heat of round number 4, the non-elimination round. You will see these riders again in either round 5 or round 6. First and second will bypass round number 5 and go to round 6. And third and fourth, you will face off again in round number 5. So here we are currently with 15 minutes remaining. Leading the charge, Ben Player with a 6.17 and a 1.67. Very slow start, very slow heat this is, because all the riders pretty much only have one real solid wave. Mike Stewart clocked in a 7-point ride. Jake Stone, 6.17. Andrew Lesser, 4.33. I can look over the railing over here and see all the free surfers ready with their bodyboards to get out there as the last heat ends and trying to get a couple more solid waves before the winds kick in. But what an action-packed day it has been.
Wow. So far, yep, easily the best day so far of the whole event. So
I think if we added all the time, all the riders have clocked in the barrel.
Hours.
Hours for sure. Unreal.
Doesn't seem to be much happening out the back at the moment, but
Oh, what are you talking about? Look at that thing
Oh.
way out the back. I don't know where you were looking, but look at that monster coming in. The word has gotten out. The riders are paddling over this wave, trying to get in position for one of the bigger waves to come in through the heat. It looks like there could be one, maybe two
they just
out
seem
the
to come
back.
out of nowhere.
They do. They come out of the deep water, and here
So
they are.
Mike Stewart looking at that right, and he just doesn't decide to go. Probably a good decision. It just crumbled off the start there, and doesn't look like too much is happening down the line anyway. So here we have Ben Player in the blue, going this left. Oh, slides underneath that. Wow.
Oh!
And he's deep. And will he come out? No,
Oh.
he just doesn't make it through that foamy section there.
The bigger waves tend to have a tendency to pinch and close out at the very end because they're coming into the deeper part of the channel, and the wave doesn't really like to stay open right there. And
Yeah.
that's when, if you're not out by that time, then you're not going to make it
Yeah.
out, as
And
you
you
just saw
find,
with
yeah,
Ben Player.
You find it does that more on the bigger ones rather than the smaller ones, although the smaller ones do end up breaking onto the rocks. So
Exactly.
it's it's pretty hard to judge. Here we have a replay from Ben Player's wave here. So here we go. He's just scooping into this one. Just starts driving through that section there. He's nice and deep. And by the time now, he just definitely wants to come out of that, but he's just not going to make it. Just his head gets sucked over in that bit there. So yeah.
And this reef here at El Gringo is very, it's not, I mean, there's no mercy. You hit that thing, either you're going to get a big old bruise, or you're going to get cut up, or you're going to get both. So messing with danger out here.
Here we have Jake Stone taking off on this left. Looks like he's
Uh-oh.
trying to get, just gets a nice go out that second section. Does a spin there at the end of that one and just pulls through the back.
Unreal. Jake Stone with a nice, as you can see, he knew he was way behind the section, so he let go of the brakes, got into that speed position. Let's take another look.
So here we have a...
Yeah, he sees the section way up ahead, and right there he's just going full speed, trimming as hard as he can, as high as he can inside the barrel to make sure he comes out, and he ends that wave with a spin, but it was all about knowing what was ahead and making sure he had the speed to get through that barrel. Live action.
Oh, Mike Stewart.
Whoa!
Oh, gets spat out of that one. And boom, just
Watch
doesn't
out!
roll. Oh,
Get out of there! Oh,
no way.
no.
You got to really watch out when you're hitting that end section
Oh,
there.
he's on the reef.
Wow. Just getting sucked into that into the channel there, into the keyhole.
Oh, just in time.
I think he came out of that one unharmed.
Oh, man. He was crazy to go for that last roll in that section.
Here's a replay from that one. So, yeah, as you can see, he's just sliding into that one. Starts driving through that part. And, yeah, you can't even see him.
It looked like he may have been too low,
Yeah.
and the shockwave was just going to knock him out, but it's Mike Stewart.
That's right, yeah, and then just comes through this really foamy section here and just does a roll out of there. Crazy, right onto the rocks.
Oh,
He does not want to land that.
unreal. Let's see what the scores are dropping. Wow, Mike Stewart's last wave coming in at a 7.5.
Wow.
Jake Stone's last wave, 6.17. Ben Player's last wave, 2.33. And Andrew Lester's only one wave. So Mike Stewart now currently in first place comfortably with two big scores of sevens is Mike Stewart. Jake Stone, he's looking pretty good too at with 2 sixes right there. So Ben Player and Andrew Lester, what are they going to do?
Yeah, well, we still have just over 10 minutes remaining on the clock, so a lot can happen in that time there. As I said before, it looked like nothing was happening, and all of a sudden a big set rolls through. So It's likely to happen again. Any second, really.
Oh, man, we have 10 minutes remaining. Hopefully more will come in, and most definitely it will. Whew. Again, round number 4 is a non-elimination round, which means top 2 riders will advance on to round number 6. Third and fourth will go into round number 5, and in that round is an elimination round. So they're getting another chance, a second chance to remain in the event.
As you can just see, that wind is just starting to kick in there. So, luckily we've only just got just over 9 minutes remaining. So it's not going to affect too much. Hopefully the heat's over by the time it fully kicks in.
Yeah, when the onshore winds come in, you can feel it on your face, and all of a sudden it just comes in full bore.
That's right.
Uh-oh, a little set coming in out the back. Any takers? Do we have anybody taking a look at
Looks
this
like we
one?
have Jake Stone looking at this one and just scoops around that section there. And whoa!
Oh! Whoa, Jake Stone.
Wow.
Unreal. Wow, the replay guys want to get in on that ASAP.
Here we go, replay from Jake's one. As you can just see him driving around that part there, looking straight for that ramp. And boom, punches a huge backflip out of that section there.
That was giant.
Risky business. And he lands it cleanly.
That's how much power and punch this wave has. You can do big maneuvers and just get launched.
Andrew Lesser out the back, just stalling nicely in that one. Oh! Oh, wow. And just does that backflip out of the end and just decides to finish it off there.
Look at this wave, back-to-back action.
Here we have Ben Player driving around from deep into that one.
He's deep, and he comes out.
Does he have anything on the end? No, he just pulls through the back there.
Woo. Wow, what an unbelievable show we have here at Flopos, otherwise known as El Gringo, on the island, Isla Alacran, Scorpion Island. Here we go.
Another replay from Lester's wave. As you can just see him stalling in that pit. He's so deep. And he just gets to the bottom of that section. Almost doesn't even make it through that. And then just comes out and still throws a flip out of there. So, yeah, that was incredible.
Woo. Oh, my. So, currently in position right now, it looks like white has priority. Red has second priority. And third priority will go to yellow. So right now, in a good position. Well, first, let's take a look at Ben Player's last wave.
Yep, so we just see him stalling into this one and just driving through that part there. As you can see, it's a bit of a wide one. It's a bit bigger. So, yeah, it just starts to go into that deeper water. So you just want to get out of that barrel as soon as possible and just pulls through the back off there.
Look at this, taking a look at this one out the back in white. It was Mike Stewart taking a look down that left. Now with the winds coming in, it may change the ball game. Barrels are not going to be as plentiful or as clean. It will probably go to the big maneuvers now, but who knows? That wave may come in and give Andrew Lester a 7.17 is what he needs for that second place position. Ben Player is in search of a 6.82 for that second place position. Again, top 2 riders going straight to round number 6. Third and 4 will go into round number 5 for a do or die battle.
Wow, Jake Stone scoring a 7.07 for that huge backflip before.
Oh, man. Tons of action today. Tons of action will go down tomorrow.
Can't wait.
The final action here from the Stealth Arica Chilean Challenge presented by BSC will go down on Sunday.
And here we have Andrew Lester looking for that one, just a bit too deep on that one, yeah. Bit of a smaller one. It's hard to just sort of get your line through that section on when it just starts to break onto that first heavy part.
Oh, my Lord. Another day here in beautiful Arica in Chile. Manny V and Eric Roy winding down today's action in the commentator's booth for the 2012 Stealth Arica Chilean Challenge presented by BSC. Woo! I'm going to take a deep breath. Thank you all for tuning in. Only a couple riders are able to pull off multiple wins here. Jeff Hubbard, 2005 and 2006, and Guillermo Tamega in 2008 and 2011. So look at this. The situation now in the water with 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining.
So yeah, we have in first place Mike Stewart, 7.5 and a 7. His best wave scores. Jake Stone in the red has a 7.07 and a 6.17. Ben Player in third, he has a 6.43 and a 6.17. And Andrew Lester in the yellow, 6.07 and 4.33. So he's needing a 7.17 to push into second place. And Ben Player, 6.82 to be in second.
Oh my. Don't go anywhere. Tomorrow and the next day we will have more insane action from the Stealth Arica Chilean Challenge presented by BSC. Today's action has been absolutely incredible, so make sure you tune in for the highlight reel, which Seamus Makem will put together from today's event, and he's got his work cut out for him. Ton of solid waves went down today, and I'm sure that Dave Hubbard aerial assault will make the highlight reel, no doubt about it.
So we just have over 3 minutes remaining on the clock there, so we still need Andrew Lester and Ben Player in need of a pretty high score to be able to push into second place there. Andrew Lester taking off on this left here.
Comes around the section, look for a nice lip maneuver.
As you can see, that wind, it's just gotten into it.
Yeah, that could be the end of the show for the riders out there, but they're still going to go for it. Red, up and riding.
Jake Stone sneaks into this barrel here. Oh, will he come out? Doesn't look like it, no. Just grabbed him on that end part.
And you saw right in front of your eyes why we do end the transmission at midday. When the winds come up here, it just makes it not as clean as what we see throughout the morning, and it makes it a little bit more difficult for the riders to find those barrels, and probably a little bit more dangerous too. Ben Player.
Ben Player sneaking underneath that one. Oh, he's deep. Oh my goodness, wow. And just throws a roll out there.
Ben Player in a box coming out.
And Mike Stewart stalling. Looks like he wanted to stall into this one. It doesn't look like much is going to happen there, no.
Well, Mike Stewart is still looking pretty good with that 7.0 and 7.5 wave that he got earlier before the winds came up. So that seems to be the call in the later heats. Get those solid waves right out the back because you don't know if the wind's going to come up in your heat.
So we have, no.
Little teaser replay of Ben Player's wave. So we are going to wind today's event down with this last heat, heat number 4 of round number 4, the non-elimination round. Here's another look at Ben Player's wave.
All right, so here we go. Sneaks under that lip there. He's really deep in that one. Looks like he's definitely not going to come out of that.
I thought he was gone.
Yeah, and there you see him just sneaking through that foam ball there. Does a nice roll off that end section. Decides to finish it off there. Mike Stewart out the back. Looking for this inside one here. Will he make it through this pit? Wow. Oh. And
oh, my.
Wow, and he pushes out of that.
Watch out. Get out of there, Mike. Get out of there. Oh!
No way.
Right onto the rocks, and yes, yeah. Unreal wave right there from Mike Stewart in true form and fashion. Mike Stewart riding all the way up onto the reef. If you can see an angle, look at that. That's where he ended his wave right there, right on the rocks. I thought he was going to hit that reef, that little head right in front of him. But Mike Stewart coming close and pulling that unreal roll.
That was incredible.
You know what? He's hungry.
Yeah, I watched that from the front. He 100% looked like he wasn't even going to come out of that one.
Oh, my.
And Ben Player looking like he wanting this last one just before the end of the heat. And, does a big backflip. Turns around nice and clean there.
And he pulls that off.
And just decides to run that in one into the keyhole to get out of there.
Wow, the cameraman's losing
and Andrew
sight.
Lester taking off pretty deep on that one and just throws a big backflip out of there. And he lands that one. Wow. Just decides to pull through the back there.
Wow. Well, we know. Well, Mike Stewart, it wasn't a big wave. It was kind of a, a little frothy chandeliering wave. 6.77 is what the judges are going to give him. But Mike Stewart's going to solidify that first place spot. The unofficial scores right now is Mike Stewart and Jake Stone. But take another look.
Here we have him. Just look